Dear volunteers, how are you doing? Dear teachers, typing all these updates with your students, parents, grandparents helping. That's a gift to have your participation. Let's type everything, so different classes can choose different departments to be typing. So we have everything ready before the organization launching day, because it's important for students of all ages, to learn a little bit about the process and how we got to that point of being the most positive and sustainable for everything we do. Here it is, more updates for all of us, all families and all countries for a better humanity. Here it is. We see you soon. August 24th is coming soon, so let's get ready. And also for Mother's Day, now May 14th, second Sunday of May. It's Mother's Day. We're gonna have that day for all countries to establish properly, right? And October, the month 10, for Father's Day, that is the second Sunday of the month. So let's plan dances, songs, practice our songs, and organize the peace and love white flag movement with your students, your family, so we have beautiful performance. And then already plan with your family, your friends to go to parks, the beach, right? City parks and county parks. Get organized, get ready, and tomorrow we are going to post a video with details, all right? For our Mother's Day. Of course, bring our mothers, grandmothers, and let's enjoy this beautiful, special day. All right, here we are. We see you soon. More updates. Let's type them up and get them ready. All right, let's say a few words about your family YouTube playlist. And of course, you're gonna do everything for your business, right? For your business, YouTube. So you're gonna have basically the same thing. Let's have some explanation. So you have 10 departments. You just write them down, put the number and the name of the department everywhere. So let's start with number 10. Everything that you have related to security, all those videos come here. For example, a house that you are, so you get the last week special recording. So here where we are living, this time or this long, how many years, how many months, very short video. And show the house a little bit, right? With the windows, you show outside, who lives outside, and go to the other side of the window and show. And then when you arrive to your new apartment, do the same. So you have the moving videos. Okay, this one is the monthly. So you're gonna show the little pot on a table, you change the runner of the table or the centerpiece, of the table, okay? The next month, or you just went to, so everything is security here. A new job, yes, it's mandatory to film your new job a little bit from each place. The second week of work, you're gonna film that, all right? Not the first, because the first you have to focus on the work. You have to do the second week. You film a little bit of everywhere around. When the offices are open, when people are working, walking around, it's mandatory for you to film your co-workers. Okay, minutes, details, we tell you after. And this is a new job. You move to a new city, you move to, that's a new job the same way. Or the other way around, you film the old one, sorry, I said it wrong. You film the old one first, right? These are my friend, my last day will be this, Bye everybody, okay, thank you for everything. Or you don't make a lot, if you don't want to tell, if you're afraid of anything, you don't want to tell them you're leaving, just the owner and the manager knows, or just the owner knows, that's fine. But you still film everyone, the places and people. You arrive to a new work, you film the places and people. So everything. So here, for example, you're gonna film if you have a business, for example, oh, this was my business, it's completely closed down. or and here the 2 days cleanup is right here. So you have videos of everything related to security. Let's talk about this one. This one is for holidays, for the seasonal festivals, right? The same way. Yes, this is a festival. My children festival, we went, at the school. Oh, we went. You need to go to 2 festivals per month. Per semester, two per year, I think. Yeah, 2 per year, city or county parks. Yes, you went 2 festivals per year. Yes, we did. We went to 4 per school. Yes, you need to go to 4 at school, 2 at city or state park. So everything related to that. Yes, we did this, we did that. So Department of Education, you're going to do the same way. Yes, we are studying. Everyone is attending. That's my old school. We are moving on this day, this time. Oh, we already arrived in a new city. Okay, so this is my new school. It's located at this address, and I started on this day. My class teacher is that. The school principal is this. And you're going to say, we still at the 4 helping couples. Or you're going to say, we are ready the 10 department directors. You say some words from the place you're living, and you say some words of the place you're arriving. Okay, for work, the same way. You're going to say some words about the place you are living, if they're 10 or 4 or maybe nothing yet. And you're going to say the place you're arriving, how they are. They're still the 4, they're already the 10, okay? That's how it goes. Saturday garden. If it's related to food, it's food. If it's related to tree planting, and then goes to countries, united countries. That is different, you see? Even that's Saturday work. So you have to work, according to what's possible. Because you might share the same Saturday for food and tree planting, that's fine. But the videos go to different locations and you need balance. If you're working much more here, or if you're working much more hours here per month, you have to say on both of these videos, why? You're going to say, because we already have a lot of farms close by, a lot of food. Or you're going to say, we have enough food, so that's our job right now. So you're going to say how many hours per month you're doing in each. And food goes to food. Tree planting goes to United Countries. Sunday family day goes to family. Anniversaries, birthdays, wedding parties, birthday parties, anniversary, graduations. Graduation in future gonna be only for 8th grade, end of the 8th grade, because that's reasonable, and end of high school. That is reasonable. We make a special event, more special for high school, but at the 8th grade, they also learn, make a special day. They have a concert. They have their names said and special students to say some words here or there. They have a party here, they have a party there, okay? Because remember, they're going to be what? At the end of 8th grade, they're going to be 14 years old, about 14 years old. Yeah, they choose someone special. If they already had their birthday, they already have a partner, okay? So this is related to family special events, Sunday, okay? All right. Now, here's residential community kitchen share day. Everyone gonna share days to cook, clean up. Okay, this one, I think the best place is related to food, right? They're cooking. They just harvest and bring. They don't plant. Here's not time for planting. Time for planting is here. Food, trees. Those are the places. Here is just that you help and you did. All right, let's talk about some others. You send emails, so you're going to start what? With 100 emails you got. The following week, you have 1 more hour to get more emails. You call people. you know, negative places, positive places, more friends, more co-workers, more neighbors, more family members, whichever it is. So in the following week, you might have 500, okay? Keep your log, and this is for United Countries. That's where it goes here, you know, department. So you have the home cleaning. We are not using the word apartment cleaning. Use home because it's very clear. Because you also have the community cleaning of the laundry. We have the community, your work maybe. Okay, you share cleaning time on those other places. But here is home. Home is the department too. Department of Families United. Okay, so home laundry, yes, we did every week on these 2 times a week, you know. So you show a little bit, always you doing what you're talking about, show a few, you know, 1 minute, 2, 1 minute, 2, everything is about 1 minute, 2. Some of them goes to 4 minutes, okay? All right, you show, you turn around the camera, you know, so you don't just show the machine, show the background, okay? So you show the front of the laundry room, or you show the window of the laundry room, you see? Or you show here the machines that are here, or other people working there. You have different views while you're recording. And then you can even ask a person to reply. Did you work a lot today? Yeah, look, I'm already folding the clothes. Very simple. For washing and for drying. Where you drying? You drying clothesline, you drying a dry. Doesn't matter for us. You have a place, yes, so you get your point. Okay? And weekly family time. From Monday to Friday, you need that consistency. If it's 10 minutes, 10 minutes, 20, 20, but until the end of December 2023, doesn't matter how many minutes from Monday to Friday, as soon as you do it with consistency. So the children know that one day you're not 5 minutes, the other day you're an hour. You know, because they come from school, you need consistency from Monday to Friday. Rare exception, that's different. You know, but have consistency because kids need to be in bed before 8 p.m. All right? Okay, so very good. So the main thing that I try to explain here is for you to make those videos on your cell phone and download at your YouTube account. You can put them in the proper playlists from 1 to 10 afterwards, okay? So you record what you need. You need to record which house you live in, you know. Everything related to now, according to the teacher's conference document, you know. So I think it's about 80 mini videos. Flat belly, you know. You're gonna talk about your own health. They need to go to the doctor to prove someone else saw their flat belly, but you don't. You can do yourself, right? You put shorts and you show you're done. You have clothes for everyone, okay? So, and then afterwards, you know, in 4 weeks or even 8 weeks when you have time, you come here and you place every single video at the proper location. You cannot repeat videos to talk about something else, all right? So you have to make the actual video, not those in color that you speak and there's no video there. I have here just to show because, you know, when we record on a cell phone takes much longer because then you still have to bring to the video maker, right? And then you download it yourself and then you download YouTube. It takes much longer. So many times I just choose a call and try explain everything. You know, this way I just go straight to video maker and don't have to do this extra step here. You see? All right. Okay. So you put all of them. After the 10, you come for any extra ones such as this work attendance. You know, work attendance. Okay, because some of them might not be worth it to put to blend with family items where you move, where you work, and also, I mean, other items, okay? And then on the future, if we, the headquarters, change anything, you go there and change. Oh, this is not 11 anymore. Will be part of the 10. Okay, good. You see what I mean? All right, very good then. And if you're the 10 department directs for anything, you're going to make just adjustments. So you're planning, you are organizing adults for festivals or elders, right? For them to have a little surprise at the day of the fest with their residential community. So you're going to make the videos. Film them a little bit here and there, practicing a song, practicing a dance, practicing peace and love, white flags. So you are one of those teachers, even that you're not department director, or you yoga teacher with stretching. People need stretching. And you do one thing, you do the stretch, you already walk with them around the block. Oh, sorry, this way. You know, you can change. Yeah, every other month you can change around. Okay? So if you're teaching any type of stretching that's authorized, such as the simple yoga movements, then it's okay. You already finished that 2-hour class. It's a 2-hour class. So one, you stay here. One, you already do that. Or the second hour, you go to the pool. Okay? So you complete that class. You have a group. You have asked them to have consistency for the whole semester. They can change afterwards. So you can do yoga and running, or you can do pool and yoga, or you can do jogging, not running, for elders, right? So you can do jogging and pool. You can do different things, but it's a 2-hour class. That's what they have in the morning. It starts at 8 a.m. until 10 a.m. Why? After that, they still have time to take their shower. They're elders. Some are 89 years old. They go home slowly, in a reasonable walk, right? They go home, they take a shower. When they come to eat, they're fresh, they're not exhausted, they just finish a class, you know what I mean? Some of them you can even, no, let's have consistency, okay? 8 o'clock you start, all right? I think that's very good. If they can sleep, they sleep after lunch. Yeah, let's do 8 to 10, or I think that's better, or 9 to 11. Why? Because then those teams, they already eat. They're close to the pool. They're close to the yoga area, right? Those kitchens, living room, gonna be the cafeteria. You slide the tables and you can give some classes there if you don't have much space downstairs, right? But of course, if you're doing at the grass, everything outside, you get more points, right? If the stretching, the yoga was at the grass, even better. So you have two options, 8 to 10 or 9 to 11, because then those people already start eating the lunch. And maybe they can help clean up, you know. And maybe those people, they, instead of going to take a shower, they already help with lunch, making. It's just ideas. They help them, and then they can nap in the afternoon, you know, 1 or 2 hours, okay? So this way, it's very good. 2 classes, 8 to 10, 9 to 11. Those classes are for elders, that they will work less hours during the week. Very good? But the Saturdays, they're going to work all hours, 5 hours entirely. And the Sunday, they go out with their family, 2 hours or 4 hours, whichever the family decide. Little ones parents with little ones need to be at least 2 hours. And parents with older ones, at least 2 times a month, something more special, 4 hours, you know. Once a month, right? Such as state and national parks. So let's do 2 times per semester. Yeah. 8 years old and above go to state and national parks. 2 times per semester, at least 4 hours, and the maximum of 5 hours. Okay? I think that's really reasonable. maximum of 5 hours there, and then from the point they arrive until the time they're leaving the gate of the park. This way it's mandatory for people to visit state and national parks because they're really beautiful, they're awesome, and people can hike, right? Okay, so here is the beach line, right? Here's the beach, here's the land. Okay, so I said the state's gonna be like that, right? A very few not going to be perfectly straight, but you know, they're so tiny that they are going to look straight, okay? Because they're tiny. They're not states, they're counties, okay? All right, so we have this here. And our state parks, you know, might get part of their county and part of this, a little bit, this area. That's fine. As soon as, you know, we have the limit line really well made. You understand? And then comes another one a little more towards the county. That's okay. As soon as this wall is still very strong. And then we have one that's a little more this way. It's authorized, approved. I'm exaggerating, of course. But this wall here, it's really well made, the limit line. You see, this is how we're gonna do it. Nothing to be many kilometers, maybe 2 kilometers, 4, you know, that's reasonable, okay? As soon as we have those limit line, because nobody can walk here afterwards. Now it's okay for hunting, but after 4 years, no more. After 4 years for hunting, no more. Okay, that is called inner continent land. All right, very good. We see you soon. Okay, so you're gonna fold all these animals, birds, bees, everything that's authorized, chickens. That is called origami. For every word that we are going to use for something, we are not explaining, oh, this start here or there, because sometimes things start in other continents, other countries as well, but they were not recorded. And we are not going to explain art from paper. No, we're not explaining anything, any language. Use that word. Is already the word done? We don't have to, or words that came from Latin, words that came from Germanic backgrounds, you know, nothing of that we're gonna use. Just put the word there and done. It's less time, you know, for us to be busy learning about or people asking about things we don't need. It's the name already. Art in paper is origami. Done. Don't have to say that was in Japanese or they done first or not, okay? All right, very good. So here's all the basic. You already have the name of the playlist and start doing everything. Very good. The thing, it's for white glue. Keep your white glue. We're gonna keep making more as the years pass. Small bottles to refill, okay? All right, you need the one that the inner plastic, the white, in this case, the white inner plastic, come a little bit out. Because when you scroll, right, roll around, you know, that white tip gonna be sticking out a little bit and won't happen that sometimes you want to use and the glue doesn't come out because it dry out inside, you know, didn't have that pointy thing. All right, so use always the worst first, you know, and also the glue sticks at the schools. It's okay to glue a little piece of paper. They're making their books, you know, little note or crafts, all right? Because keep all your colorful paper and all the paintings you did, watercolors you did before, such as those for children that don't have a specific thing, you know, or even those that have a specific thing on the drawing, but you can cut, you know, shapes. They're gonna be large now, you know, for those 4 years, they're gonna be large, 20, I think so, 20 by 20, you know. So they get 2 butterflies in each string. The string gonna be about a meter and a half long, right, from the ceiling. put those hooks, ceiling hooks. All right, so you're gonna have very big butterflies, you know, about 20 by 20 more or less, right? 20 here. No, 10. Yeah, because butterflies are long, so you just make a little reasonable, right? Okay, all right? So big, very large. So yeah, 10 by 20, that's what I mean, okay? So you're gonna make big ones, and then you cut around that watercolor, right? Make this a little thinner, make too fat, sorry. I'm just doing a hurry, okay? And then, as possible with the time, you know, they get a permanent marker and make the shapes of those that you saw in your garden and already start learning those that you have there. Oh, it's like this, or they have lines, you know, I'm just giving some quick examples. Okay, so you have the background, but you can touch up with permanent markers, so they will be very strong, or you can create some if you don't have any yet, you know, it's okay. The first ones you just can create or search up online and expect for them to come according to the plants. They're good in that area. You're already gonna see which butterflies you're gonna have there, right? Very good. Okay, so you're gonna have 2 or 4 per each string. Every classroom need those. Classroom is 4. So every classroom gonna have 4, one in each corner, okay? So they're about 1.5 meter long, 1.5 meter long, you know, strings. So the string itself you can do in crochet, they're gonna be about 1 centimeter long, so you can have 4 butterflies. You know, that's very easy, good to do it. Everybody can do it, and will be a game. You know, they're gonna learn which plants grows in that area they are, and then which butterflies use those plants as a hosting plant, and you can start right there. 4, okay? And then they're gonna make some at their own clubhouse doing exactly the same thing. But then for homes, you know, for the apartments, it's 2 per room. They change every 6 months, and they change every 6 months. They can do exactly those very big butterflies with markers, you know. If they have a background in painting, they cut and reuse. If they don't, they can use new paper. But if you get reused old watercolors, you know, of course, you're gonna get more points, okay? And for now, we already have the colorful paper, you know. You can also do birds, these other things, you know, other shapes, you know, that are reasonable cost. You can do chickens, you can do birds, you can do butterflies, you can do bees, but big, everything big. 4 or 2, okay? So 4 items, right, per string. No, sorry, here's 4 as well. 4 items per string. 4 and 4. 6 months, 6 months. End of June, you know, you have 1 week to change. No, you have 4 days, the last 4 days. Last 4 days to change, okay? Last 4 days of June to change, exchange. Yeah, it's okay. Teacher, can I bring mine? Yes, teacher. You know, they can exchange with family, with teachers. They just have to say where the new ones came from and the ones they received, where they came from. And they put on their YouTube account. Okay? All right? I'm going to have playlists for everything. We're going to let you know afterwards. Okay? This is a safety. This is a safety for decoration. It's the same playlist. You're gonna talk about the bowl. You change every Saturday. When you go to the beach, you bring a few more shells or new shells according to how many per month, you know. You change every month. You change the runner of your table. You know, might be long or might be just a placemat in the center, or a little longer is called a runner, right? So decoration, safety, that is the playlist, the name of the playlist. All right, very good. Let's get ready. If you're cooking on that day, because you might share your kitchen with another couple, right? Because everyone gonna have 2 days off, right? So maybe you cook every lunch, every dinner, and so you're gonna have probably 4 different couples cooking, right? Okay, so if you have any of this, remember you have to take it out every Wednesday and Saturday is the day to dry all these things, okay? And dry the sides, you know. Even that I didn't wash them, but humidity still come. This is longevity spinach. So if you have any of this condensation, you have to make sure you dry or put in a completely new one, and you wash this with soap and water. Wednesday and Saturday is the day to do that. People in charge of the kitchen have to do that, okay? And for people, the cameras to see, and this become transparent and not something like this, you know, that people cannot see, okay? Even that I didn't wash. Avoid washing, such as longevity spinach. Do not wash before you use. Wash just right there a few minutes before. Very good. All right, okay. The other thing is for any leftover food. So let's say a few words about that. If you have any, until the end of December 2023, it's okay. Not too much, of course. If it's just a little bit, a cup, 2 cups, right? Put in the refrigerator. Next day, the first people that gonna come and eat, that's what you offer. So for example, is a rice, or if it's a chicken, whichever it is. You put that first. When that is finished for the first families or the few students, right? And then you put the new container, right? The new serving bowl or serving everything. We're avoiding bowls, but because it fit more in a table, you know, it's self-serve, right? But they need to put, and it's just a little bit, but you can use some bowls for the salad, right, to mix, but you serve the leftover first. So if it's rice, you serve that, even that's just a little bit, finish completely. The other one, the new one, is ready to be served. For anything, fish, chicken, the eggs, might happen, we don't know. We don't want people to eat extra because leftover, okay? So people will eat what they have to eat and done, okay? The only exceptions, like for parties, that we're not going to measure everything what people eat. People will already know how many mini bites they can have, right? And their serving bowl will be about 1.5 cups as well, right? Okay, and any leftover, they are offered to that first kitchen on the first floor, because all the families with more family members gonna live at the bottom of the sky risers. All right, so the next day they will eat. Okay, so until the end of December, you don't waste anything with that. Very good. And people that don't want, for example, mini bites, right? That's optional. It's a party day, right? They don't want mini bites. They can offer to their children, teens. Do you want 2 more, 4 more? But only if they're sick. But on the future, we're not doing that. Right now, it's okay if the person thinks it's a little sugar, they're diabetic, you know, or even better, they already calculate ahead. You can have sugar or not, such as the mini bite or dessert, any dessert they have. Okay, very good, get ready. All right, for these first 4 years, you really exaggerate. Any teach anything at their books, they are going to see through pictures. But when you're teaching them the very basic of things, you exaggerate, because this way they're going to be easy for anyone of any age to learn, because the objective is for us to learn. It's not to trick them with questions or ask them before they know. You know, so many tests are like that. They trick people. That's not our objective. Our objective is to really learn, really know, and relax the rest of the time. Have fun, play free. The children need to play and not have tricky questions on tests. All right. So the other pattern, so you're going to do this every drawing. I'm going to ask them to exaggerate up to 4 years. Because then children are going to naturally learn. But these 4 first years, we have a lot to learn. And also their nutritional value and the soil they like, how much water they like or not. It's a lot to learn. So the main thing is just to know what is what, you know. And for everything that's a little similar. Okay, after harvest. All right. The other pattern we're going to have when teaching our children for now, for everyone, it's first you get the flat, the basic, and then you're gonna get those that have details for anything we are doing, such as plants, trees, flowers, okay? So if you have anything similar, different types of, even the raspberry hibiscus, right? I told you there's 2 different types I have seen. One is darker, that's more lighter. Okay, so first is the flat and clear, you know, more clear colors, right? Or less colors in a flower. And then the one with more colors or brighter colors, such as pollination plants, good for bees, or edible flowers. You learn it the very basic. You have learning first the first 4 or 5, and then you go to 10, right? Because people need to eat. For them to eat and plant and take care, they need to know what they are called. So that's how we're going to do. So from the flat to items with details. And from the more clear colors with stronger colors, or those with more than one color. You know, if these 2 have 2, these have 4, such as edible flowers, you know, or pollination flowers. So here is the most simple way, going to the one with more details. All right? Very good. This way we have a pattern. The children are going to see that drawing. They're going to remember which one on their classroom, the drawing was that side or the drawing was this side. This they're going to remember. You know, if you have a window here, if you have a window there, doesn't matter. They're going to remember if we have this pattern for them to learn as they grow up. The same thing going to be for cells, you know, as they're going to learn more details. So they're going to learn basic, what is a cell, and then go into details, types of cells. Understand? Okay, so here, for example, they're going to learn about the basic digestive system, right? So here, and then they're going to learn what that includes on the digestive system. All the details going to go towards the right, you know, for anything, okay? So if we follow this simple pattern, it will be good for our books, for us to teach everyone during these 4 years, and also for future. Very good. We see you soon. Oh, the other way, it is for this. For example, if you have a plant that is good for bees, okay, because we need bees, you know, we need pollinators, we need butterflies. So this flower has that amount of nectar, for example, or pollen, but this has the double of nectar or pollen, okay? So the one that has more, you're going to put towards the right, and the ones that have less, you put towards the left. Okay? All right, so this is also good for all the details, for anything. Okay? So less items, more items. Less nutritional value, more nutritional value. Less calcium, more calcium. Less vitamin C, more vitamin C. You see, you create a pattern and it will be easier for people to memorize, because as I said, everyone gonna remember where those two drawings, gonna be standby. And when you teach them, if you have a window here, or if you have a garden outside this area, if the window is here, you're gonna mention, remember, those things are by the window, and those things are by the garden, okay? All right, two more, you make sure you remember those. And you leave there a little bit for them to look, and come back after recess, see those drawings is still there, okay? Don't erase right away. Let the next following teacher, the next day, when really need, or when you're gonna give a new class, for them to see those drawings a few times. So in the future, we're gonna have books that are flat to help, so we don't have to write too much on the board, because to write on the board, you're gonna need chalk. We're not going to have that much chalk. So we're going to have simple flip boards, those maybe 1 by 1, 1 by 80, so the teacher comes and flip to different pages. That big book gonna have the drawings, they have an idea, they can stand up and come see some details of that drawing, right? For even drawings for elementary or cells, if you're teaching cells, they come closer to see details, that's fine. But all teachers of all grades gonna have this flipping book. Let's teacher's book. Yeah, that's how we're gonna call it. Because right now everyone gonna make lots of colorful chalks and things, because we need some, right? To draw for, not only those things, but in the future gonna be only flip teacher's book. Very good. All right, so if we follow this pattern, we'll be really good. Here always what have less, and here always what we have more. Okay, for anything. All right. Okay, even muscles. Simple muscles, smaller muscles, and here are larger muscles, or bigger muscles, okay? Those that develop less, as they grow up. Muscles that develop less, even that they're working out. Muscles that develop much more when they work out. You see? So this way we're going to have everything that's bolder or more or richer on this side. And you always compare, what is this? Okay, and then you relate to the garden or you relate to the window. If they're located at the same, you put, whichever, sunrise, sunset. You can use very basic things that kid will never forget. Okay? That teen, that elder, they don't forget. Put basic. Sunrise, sunset. Don't get too similar things, such as sunrise, sunset is not so good. But yes, you can use the window, you can use the garden, you can use the entrance of the school. Where's the school entrance? Something important related to that class that you're sure, if you have garden on both sides, doesn't work. You can use the nursery and a garden. Very different things. You see what I mean? For them to remember, you can use sunrise and the garden, or sunset and the window, words like that. And you keep saying, and then you get one group to answer this side, one group to answer this side. All right? Very good. We see you soon. Right, so here, let's learn about kale and collard greens. All right. So the kale is the curly one, the one that is all fluffy around, or crispy, whichever word you want to use. All right. Those are kale, and they come right there from the floor. They come straight as a flower from the floor, okay? Collard greens, the flat ones, and as the months pass, and the years, they get taller and taller and taller. They're gonna have the leaves, flat leaves here. You see, so here I make like those things for you to remember. They are all fluffy, curly, all right? Or crispy. Okay. When you are cutting one or the other, that's how you're gonna cut. For color greens, that's how you're gonna do it here. You come the scissors, right, and you cut right there, okay? As time passes, the little things gonna be on their main stem, right? Not here anymore, okay, because that's a long time ago you harvest those. Okay, so I'm explaining for colored green, the flat leaves that have this huge stem there. Okay, so you harvest, and then when they are dry, you pass your hand, slide your hand, and take them out. Because when you cut them, they're like this, right? So you're gonna cut flat this little tiny triangle here this side, and this tiny triangle here this side gonna stay there, right? Because you cut and made a flat straight cut. Gonna be a little triangle inside, a little triangle. Okay, a week later, 2 weeks later, when they're dry, slide your hand and you're gonna have a clean, because those details, the plants, they feel that you're caring. They feel that you're being nice to them. The other thing, if comes any other sprout, you can use that sprout, right, to plant. That's okay. Here, as they grow, they're gonna come sometimes this little sprout. You take the sprout with scissors. Always cut. Leave this main kale here clear. So that is for that. When you're cutting this, you just come and cut the bottom first. For both plants, you cut the bottom first. The older leaves first. That's normal for everything. Always leave 4 on the top. Always. 4 to small, to medium size, that's okay. But 4 different ones. You never cut all of them up. Even here, okay? Use the scissors, use the scissors. Always leave about 4 leaves, always leave 4 leaves. 4 leaves or both, okay? Very good, here we are. Okay, so you keep your name, right? I already said that you keep your name to December 2024. All right, so for those 200 kilometers, I'm going to show you. So here's 200 kilometers right now, but until that time, the end of 2 years or 4 years, we're gonna tell you when you have to keep. Maybe you keep that old name until 2026, for example. But until the end of 2024, for sure, you keep your old name. All right, very good. Okay, all county is gonna be like that. So everyone gonna have access, because the country is gonna be like that. Gonna have access to the beach. All beaches is mandatory to be public. It's forbidden. If it's a nature event right there, a hotel right there, or whichever it is, the beaches are public to everyone. Okay, that's mandatory. Okay, and it's forbidden to charge anything. It's free. Okay, for those first 2 years that I said everybody can only go to 2 hours, maybe even 4, it's to avoid any people to get burned, to expose and then get hurt, or children get hurt. For 2 years for sure, people can only stay 2 hours at the beach, right? That's it. Only people from those 200 kilometers here, and then they can stay more, because it's gonna take more than an hour just for them to reach the beach, right? So they're gonna stay, they can stay maybe 3 hours, right? I think 3 hours, 4 hours. They can stay 4 hours if the weather is good. No. They can get burned. So they're gonna stay up to 3 hours, those that are driving from far away, okay? On those counties, because they have to leave 6 a.m. They cannot leave before there. Okay, we can open exception. People, because they cannot stay. 11 o'clock is the maximum time, even for people from far away. With this 200 kilometers here, need to drive. So for those people that takes more than an hour driving, it's okay. They can leave at 5:20, right? 5:20, it's okay. Only they have to prove at their YouTube, they get the bus and they can go once or twice a week to the beach. They get a bus. They have a bus themselves. That's okay. Their own property. They have a bus, so they can go. They get up really early and go, come back, fine. Every Sunday they can have those, the families go, they can take turns once or twice a week. 5:20 they can leave, but at their YouTube account they have to be clear, say how many kilometers, because some might be straight, some other places might be much harder to get to the closest beach, right? Public beach. All right, very good. So here it is. That's the only exception for 5:20 to leave their community. So they get up at 5 or so, Sunday morning. They already have their clothes changed, brush teeth, and go. They can even eat, in the bus. That's fine. Like one boiled egg for each person with salad, and everybody have their water jars because probably going to be 2 hours. A small water bottles, that's fine, So that's the only people that can leave. So they leave, they get out of the beach by 11 a.m. Because some of those roads are easy and straight, well built. Some are not. They might get some dirt road here, back bad here, mountains in a way, whichever is their reality. It's always 200 kilometers from the beach right now, okay? Great. 11 o'clock, everyone needs to leave. So for them, it's only up to 3 hours for 2 years, so their kids don't get burned as well in the middle of the day. We're getting used to. People that are in winter getting used to summer. People now, these first 2 years, getting used to the future. Okay? Very good. Done. All right. So now let's talk about, we have the counties. Always like that. And the railroad track right now might be like this, or like closer to the beach, or closer to this way. Okay, that's fine. It's not our concern. Let's talk about those streets. Every county will have the main streets going this way. After the 10, we repeat, start on 1 again, and that is the order. So the number 1 will be beach supporting plants, such as grasses and bushes that we have to plant, grow, plant them at the beach. People need to learn about them. Everything is according to what grows in your county. You look online and you're going to know until we establish a proper list, okay? You can even talk about, what do you think our building can be? That's a good subject to talk to anybody of any age. If you want to make new, talk a little bit with your neighbors or to your child, your teen, your elders, sometimes, you can do things that, and the other person respond, oh, I didn't think about that. We have to start getting joy for simple things, but that's fun and you can learn. It's also a good subject for school time, Okay. So number 1, beach supporting plants such as grasses and bushes. All right. Number 2 is adjectives. I made a list of adjectives here. I'm going to show you in a minute. Okay. Number 3, edible seaweeds. So when it finished the beach, remember we said we're going to put here big blocks of cement. So this area of the water, it's calm waves, but not too deep, okay? So gonna be big blocks here of long blocks of cement, concrete, they're gonna last forever, okay? So people can swim here after that, they can swim here if the water is calm, of course, so the big waves won't hurt them on these blocks, right? They will be about maybe a meter from the sea level, right? About a meter or so, okay? But if it's calm, everyone that is 8 years old and older, let's put 10 years old and older, they can come to this area for now for 2 years, okay? To swim and come back. But here in this calmer area, we can plant seaweeds, we can have special fish. You know, we can have goggles, not equipment for snorkeling, no. But people can even just get simple goggles that will be easy to make on a future as well, to look the fish a little bit. And then they go back to their hotels, they return those goggles, they return those spaghettis, foams, right? These areas here will be really good to plant because, you know, they come, the water come back, so it's always clean water, will be always clear, right? And we have this supporting so the waves won't come and drag the sand of the beach away, won't have beach erosion. So, and we also can have those weeds, seaweeds planted, edible seaweeds right here. And it will be also easy to catch some fish, you know. People can throw their small nets and get some fish to eat, you know. Everything like nowadays. What's authorized, according to their size, or is better to live, they grow up a bit more. Okay. All right, so people can swim here. So, and then edible seaweeds. Number 4, it's bird's name of that area. Very good, you know, you're gonna see authorized birds, not those huge ones or ugly ones, right? Authorized ones. Number 5, butterflies of the area. You know, butterflies. I think we can put bees as well. We're gonna have some different types of bees, right? So they can have bees for honey and bees for pollination. You're gonna have bees for pollination, those simple ones. You know, they have some tiny ones, they have the European ones, they have those different color ones, not wasp, bees, positive bees and butterflies. Number 6 is edible plants, low plants. Low, let's say up to 1 meter, those that grow up to 1 meter. And here, trees and bushes 1 meter and above. You know, those that grow more than 1 meter, okay? So this way, we're gonna establish by meter, more or less, okay, of each area. All right, this will be very easy. So I guess that's sustainable as well. So number 8 also come nuts because trees are here, right? Trees and bushes, right, that grow more than 1 meter. Okay, so trees will be, let's put 2 meters. Yeah, because then we establish more clearly, 2 meters. So here's also for nuts, for seeds. So here let's compare. So if it's a sunflower that grows small, you know, very small ones, and then it's here. If it's a sunflower that grows more than 2 meters, such as the Mexican sunflower, for example, then comes on this, number 8. This way will be also good because those are the most important thing for us is our food. So they're gonna really know, oh mom, oh dad, we have to plant, or teacher, right when they're planting, we have to plant this on the back because on the front towards the sun we need the smaller one. So they're gonna learn, very good. Number 7, supporting trees, you know, almost by that place we don't walk anymore comes the supporting trees for wood, for oil, for sap, hardwood, softwood, you know, for furniture in the future, everything we need. They're called supporting trees. And then comes this wall that people are not walking that way anymore, right? So for now they can hunt, right, for 2 years here, but on the future no more hunting, right? Okay, it's a proper wall, 2 meters wall, you know, and here will be the land trees, the covering trees, trees that grow well to support the land. We don't walk there anymore. No, after 2 years, 2 or 4, we can still hunt in a certain location. But after 2 or 4 years, no more. Okay, then I'm gonna let you know afterwards. But it's important for them to learn which trees are there, for them to have an idea, and which precious stones were found there before. Now they're underground, but they know, they give value. You know, they have this, they have that, and metals. We can also do metals because for people to give value. Look, for thousands of years, people work in mines. And now we are living so much like in a sustainable way. So metals, like from the periodic table, the special ones, and precious stones. Not all the metals, right? Mostly the special ones, right? Noble metals. I think that's very good, and precious stones from that area, right? Okay, so this is the template, 1 to 10. Okay, so now let's go back here. So I said here's the beach, right? Here's the beach, here's the land, and the count is gonna go this way. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 streets. So here's 10. And then you repeat 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 10. And then you repeat 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You understand? Until you get to that 100 kilometers maybe, because as time passes, we're going to shrink towards the beach, right? Okay? That's how we're going to do. After the 10, you start from the 1 again. Because this will be a basic way for people to learn about the structure, even elementary kids slowly learn their names, give value to what they have, and learn what is produced at their own region, whichever they are in the continent. Very good? Okay. And the pattern keep repeating. Okay, so now I have to go here to the number. I said for us to use adjectives, right, for the number 2. So you go online, you get the 20 most or 40 most adjectives, positive adjectives. And then here I wrote few: intuition, loving, thoughtful, trustworthy, considered, generous, passionate, courageous, cheerful, faithful. You see? Adorable, fabulous, vivacious, gorgeous, intelligence, joyful, awesome, caring, things like that. So what happens is we already going to establish the names in alphabetical order. So when will come that time to change, if we're doing that in 2 years or 4 years, for security reason, probably 4 years, everybody gonna have already those lists, and they will already know what they have in their area, and they're going to do in alphabetical order. How? From south to north of their county, So, they get birds, all right, with A, B, C, D, E, F, G, you understand? For everything, edible plants up to 2 meters, and then they go, always going that way from A to Z, okay, from A to Z. And then here's the limit of their county. Then start again from A to Z. Anybody walking around, they can go to their neighbor beaches. Remember, they already visit here. Sometimes they can walk. If they live close by, they can walk to their neighbor. They walk in any street, they know where they are. So the names of the buildings going to be this way, and the numbers also, from 1 until, I don't know, whichever number it is, until the end of their county. And then they start again, 1 until the end of their county. If it's 100, 200, 2,000, And basically it's that's how we're going to do it. So we're going to have a huge list, So for some things, and then they check, for example, noble metals. Which ones they have, which ones they don't. Precious stones, which one. But we already have a list of many of those. We already have a list of butterfly names that is reasonable, for us to have on these 2 limit lines. We already have names of bees and birds and, okay, people on their counties. As soon as they see that, and then they can put that name. They're planting, they see that's growing, they can use that name, okay? And then people, the 10 department directors in charge of the new city offices, and then they're gonna establish the names. This is gonna be this name, that building gonna be this name, that building for their county. All right, very good. Okay, so probably in 4 years, but that's a good pattern. We are going to learn different names, and as they grow up, the children, they have to explain about them, right? And also during these 4 years, learn which one is growing, which ones they see, such as bird, butterflies. Very good. And things they can search online if precious stones were found on that area or not. Okay. So for things they found on that area, I think it's reasonable for us to go to up to 400 kilometers from the beach, because they're learning those last two things here. They're learning this, the 10th item, they're learning what they have towards the land. So for that number 10 only, they can go, because precious stones going to be hard to talk only about those beach, right? Up to 400 kilometers, I think that's reasonable for metals and precious stones. Everything else we keep up to 200. No, let's do 400 for trees as well, covering trees. Because then they're gonna already have an idea, oh, I'm in the middle of a rainforest or in the middle of a desert, so they're gonna learn about which trees. To be thankful, they're covering the land, right? And learn about them a little bit. Yes, okay, all right. For places that do not have many metals, do not have many precious stones, for example, I'm going to already tell you how we are going to do. So we have, for example, gold, or we have diamond, or emerald, whichever it is, or sapphire. Okay, so they just add another word with it, you know. So can put a golden ring, right? Things that are positive, reasonable, and authorized. So they can put a diamond gift, you know, that's okay. They can put emerald shore, or they can put emerald lake. You know, lake look like an emerald. Shore is bad because when they look the shore, sometimes it's green, right? So for sapphire, the same way, it can be sapphire garden. It's all right, right? Not too bad. Sapphire garden or sapphire shore, if they look the ocean, you know, look at like that color. So we're gonna create simple things for in case we don't have too many on that region that maybe happens. All right? Okay, very good. So, you know, I think that's very good what we're doing. And if past this 400 kilometers, and then we'll be part of the continent, right? Which maybe we can even go to more. I don't know. Maybe we can go to 1,000 is too much. Let's keep in 400. I think it's about 400. And for everything they're going to learn, then will be the continent. Which metals were found on a continent? Which precious stones were found in a continent? I think that's more reasonable, right? So about 400, I think, because they're talking about their own county. No, so they and everything else here, they're going to learn a bit about the trees, you know, because, and then they're going to learn what covering trees that are, you know, in rainforest, covering trees that are in desert. Okay, very good. But then it's the continent, information about the continent, and not information about their county. Okay, very good. We see you soon. All right, so here's the county, right? So, of course, it's 200 kilometers for now, but in the future, maybe going to be 20 kilometers. Let's see how it goes. But right now, that's how it is. Okay, you are the beach. You know that for this first 40 kilometers, you know, you're gonna have a new name afterwards. Keep your old name until December 2025. Keep your old name, even that's negative. All right, why? Because when we change everybody. Keep that name. Okay, and we'll be like this. Okay, so about a year and a half, I think that's reasonable. If we change, if we need 2 years, then it's okay, but I believe 1 year and a half will be plenty. Keep your building, that's for sky risers, and even small ones such as 4-5 floors, that's okay, or those 20-28 floors. Okay, keep your own name. Why? Because the very small one's going to be demolished anyways, right? For communities, that's housing, keep your name. You know, even that you're going to demolish, keep your name, use your name. For apartment building 2 floors, keep your name until that. And then on the certain day, we already paint, you know, and everybody on that weekend gonna paint their names, you know, one whole week, and they already have their new name set up according to what I'm going to explain. All right, so here's the beach. Here's the beach, and here's the land. So here's the county, right? More or less, they're all gonna be long, right? Oh, no, sorry, I mess up. Need to do it again. Okay, so here it is. All right. So now, let's say this is a continent. All right. Here's the 200 kilometers from the beach, right? Let's say this is Asia or United States and Canada. You cannot use this top area, right? Because it's the cold, everybody gonna be moving, sending their trees for molds, sending all their sprouts, moving, really moving. All right. Okay, and people here also moving right towards there. All right, so if you are here, every place already have counties here, you know. So 200 kilometers, probably the county is just a little part here, right? But let's imagine, just for us to explain, this is the whole county, okay? Just for us to practice a little bit. So the buildings, you know, that do not have a positive name, those are the names you can use in this order. This is already established. So you get, you know, those flags that I said the other day for the colors going this way. So you gonna see how many of those. So let's say here's your property, right? So here's your property. So you already have those flags and a tree. But maybe you don't have tree. It's all right. You get a bush or you get the side of a garden. But you need those same exact flags. It's 2 meters tall, a half meter, 1 meter this way, a half here. Okay? All right. So, and children, teens, or elders, always 2. Go and hold it if they are not moving. That's fine. You hold them. Okay, so if this is a color, so makes sense, everything, those signs painted here and here, those signs in a reasonable way, you know, about 2 or 4 for each. Okay, here, you know. So you're gonna find a way to have, you know, the signs according to that flag, okay? Because many places don't have trees. Some sky risers don't have even a proper garden. They have a mini garden, right? That's okay. Put your flags there. Put one by the front door. Put one by the front of the street, right? You remember you need 2 doors, both with digital for you to get more points, okay? So basically it's that. You're gonna put those signs at the wall or at your fence according to the color of the flag I said the other day. Very good, my friends. Let's get ready. Let's get going. And the back, those are the background, right, of the signs. And then you're going to write, you know, the name of your building, the address, city, country. All right? Yeah, everything. So it's the name of the building, If it's negative, you already change. You know, for these signs, then you don't need, okay? All right. Very good. Here we are. We see you soon. And if it's even that's more or less, you can keep the old name. That's all right, okay? That's all right. Because people are going to be moving, you know, so we know where the person is located. If you are 200 kilometers from the beach, remember you need names in English, all right, names, a building, names in English. This is very important, okay? One or two words, nothing long, simple as possible, okay? All right, very good. When business owners are going to start closing their business, right? We're not throwing anything away unless those are very bad things. I already told about that. Okay, so it's mandatory to keep any paint you may have, also chlorine for pool, also oil for tools, oil for doors, oil for windows, you know. All these oils for machinery, you don't throw anything away. Gasoline, you have, or those washing, you know, those paint washing, I forgot their names now, that soluble in this type of liquid, they're like made from petroleum as well, I forgot their name. All right, so for all these liquids, you're gonna keep, you know, you're gonna keep in a very safe location. You know, you have one of those apartments, you know, an extra room. All right, okay, so the person that will be giving to you, you know, if they have time, they will already get a stick and mix and bring them ready. If they don't have time, it's okay. You're gonna be somebody receiving and making this half flashcard in color. All right, so what is the color today? After mixing, you get your thumb and you touch there and you print right there. Touch the paint and put right there, you know, okay? So today's color, all right. Yeah, if I don't think the paint of the card gonna go into thing, but if you need, you can use, that's fine, use white flashcards. All right, so you get, after mixing, you know, if it's a small can or huge can, you mix with a stick very well, okay, and then you dip. All right, here, today's color, today's date, and then you fill up here, right? So first is always the year, 2023. Here's the month, right? And here's the date. So month, day. All right. And then you're gonna write, I forgot here, time. I forgot, today, no, here, time. And then your name, right? Check, assistant name, right? Because maybe going to be a group of people doing that for the person in charge. Who is in charge? The 4 or the 10 department directors, right? 4 helpers or 10 department directors. So they are assistant name, and then you put your name here, right? And residential, you have to live there, of course, residential apartment number, right? Or you put address, right? Address, assistant address, okay. Assistant address, okay? Sorry, because I'm already thinking and doing. You put there in case they, you know, something was not well done, you know who to talk. Or also if you see, oh, thank you for doing that, okay? But for security reasons, we have all the information. Okay, so let me repeat. Mix, so you mix first and you get the dab and put it right there. Not with a huge thumb, just your indicator of your right hand. So you just tap that, or you tap the stick, right? So you don't need paint on your nail, just on this side, and you come and do that, okay? Today's date, paint type, okay. So you're gonna write, read the information, exterior, interior, or oleum, rust, or, you know, whichever is that paint is for. If you cannot read anymore and the person is giving to you don't remember anymore, just look, smell, but do not throw away. It might be useful. Okay, because paint, you mix them, they're still good. Some might get these lumps on them. No problem. You can use them, to paint outside or the walls, inside the walls. You can paint them. And the better ones, you can paint the signs. Remember, every 20 meters, we're going to have the property inside signs. Okay, and we're going to have those trees, places that don't have the trees, going to have other flags in other locations. Okay, I'm going to tell you in a minute. All right, so you have that. You smell and you put here. If you're not sure, you can't read the label anymore, and you can just put probably this, because label was not fine. Probably, you just look, taste. You can even paint a little piece of paper and check next day, for the you can try that. So you put probably, okay? Amount. All right. So you have the can. Let's say it's a big can or it's a small can, right? So we're going to have a pattern for all countries because it's going to be very hard. Some things are in pounds, some things are in metric. All right. So what you're going to do, you put a marker here and you say, 2 fingers, 10 centimeters, put in centimeters, 10 centimeters from the bottom, 20 centimeters from the bottom. That's how you're going to write, okay? For any size of can, even those huge ones, all right? So that's how you're going to do. You look more or less, so they have an estimate. Always use the worst first, the older one that, you couldn't read the label. Use those first somewhere. Somewhere, because even those that you're painting outside, if they wash with the rain or the sprinkler, all right, you have better ones afterwards. Use the worst ones first. And of course, if you have just a little bit, use it, right? Use somewhere. Okay, so now time. You put the time that it is right now. So here, my time. And here's Miami time, okay? You're going to write right here, both in the same line. Sorry, I'm holding the cell phone as well. I'm sorry, I have a holder here. Got a box, okay? So basically it's that. That's how you're going to check the paints. All of them will be in a shelf, okay? All of them. All right, so now... So you got the time. My time is here. So we're going to write here, my time. And right in front, Miami time. Okay? Miami time. Or Florida time. Put Miami. Because people looking online, they're going to look Miami, right? Everybody going to know where Florida is with the time because everything is Miami. Okay? All right. So you put the time here, put the time there, AM or PM. Okay, just to be easy. All right. So here, because we might keep AM and PM instead of 24 hours for the whole day. I think it's much easier and we really don't need that. But let's see, for security reason, let's wait. But for this reason here, AM and PM is fine. Okay. Assistant name, you don't need to put that because we already know. So assistant, put a T dot name. And then you write your first, last name, your wife, So wife, husband, and last of both, okay? Always wife first, husband second, last name after, okay? And then what is this one? Assistant, apartment, okay? And then apartment number, all right? And then comes right here. Very good, that's how it is, So get a half flashcard, should fit, or I think should fit for sure. Okay, so you're gonna get this, or get a stick note like that, and you glue to the can outside. If you have this, you still have to come and put this so it's really clear. Okay, if you have too many, use a whole flashcard to be really clear. If you have enough, it's okay, use one flashcard for each. You come on the back, use white glue. You know, even before the white glue, you're gonna use those stick glue, you know, if they're really efficient at schools. Yeah, but for something like that, let's use that because those work. And the stick glue, sometimes they do not work, all right? So you glue really well here, and you put on that can, and that is what people are gonna look first. If that can have more information, they're gonna read for more information, more details, but this is a basic thing, so you have it done, all right? And you have your records book for those materials, extra materials they're called, okay? All right, very good. So here, the team, the couple in charge of planting, they're gonna be in charge of this. You know, they have the apartment upstairs, right? Everyone gonna use the master bedroom, right, for this planting. But on the records book, they also have to talk about this, you know, on their own playlist, right? We done this on this day, you know, we got this on this day. Yes, we have two of each. Yes, we have everything, two of each. You need to have an old and a new one, two of each, because if one breaks, you know, how are you gonna buy if not even for sale, you know? Or if a hose is bad, you have to fix, or get bad in the middle of the way, how are you gonna fix that? You already have another one, and then you have another day to fix that hose or that sprinkler, right? Okay, so very good. You're gonna be, we already have an outside sink to wash hands. We already have, you know, so you in charge of everything related to planting, okay? So one team, it's for food, all right? This is another thing. Everything related to planting of food, that's one team. Everything related to planting trees, it's another team and another playlist, okay? It's different couples. Food is food, tree is tree. Even that they use those same things, they blend their gardens, you know. The sprout upstairs, also gonna have a half for each, right? So for example, every morning comes the team for food. Every afternoon comes the team for trees, for example, right? So they don't have too many people walking around, or they can work together, that's fine. You know, for example, they belong to the same family, or no problem, no problem. Yeah, the best is to have one couple in the morning with another couple helping, and one couple, so we'll be 4 people working. All right, so you decide. One will work in the morning, one will work in the afternoon. All right? Yes. Okay, so it's 2 couples here. One is in charge, one help, and 2 couples there. Okay? So let's already establish the morning, a.m. until noon, right? So elders start later, right? They start working at 8, you know. So if they're both elders, or if one is elder, the other is not, they start at 8. So they have more time, you know, to do whichever is needed, right? They take more time, okay? And this team over here is also 2 different couples. And for tree, everything related to tree, for deserts or for any area they have to cover, you know, or ship them after the aerometer. And then it's PM, because everyone is to do food and everyone is to do tree. Agreement done? All right, AM for food at all these sky risers, and PM is for tree planting, getting ready to be shipped. Okay, or planted on desert hotels areas. All right, very good. Now let's talk about the flag. In places, you see those land? So here you have a sky riser. Every 5th floor, you know, is this special kitchen we are talking about over and over, right? With these steams come in, come out, all right. So they always have a land, right? Around them here, you know, something like that. They have something. Sometimes really small, sometimes it's quite big, even with 2, 3 pools and gardens, all right? Gardens. Some of them have a gym, some of them have a bunch of things, all right? Okay, so whichever they have, if it's a little bit or a lot or not, they have a gate. That's the first thing. So they have a gate here at the street. You have a proper gate. Only people can come in that slide their card or use a thumb or a thumb or the indicator for the stamp, right, on those machines, because right now that's what we're going to use for those first 4 years. That's what we're going to use. This is very important. All right, after that, that's okay. Then they have another door here, also digital slider card, right, or their finger. They get more points. As soon as they get the finger for those 2 locations, they get more points. Okay, so they have to do the husband, the wife, and they get in. The elders the same way. Do the wife, do the husband. Wife always first, come in first, the man afterwards. This way we're going to start having records, people coming in. Why? Because this gate, maybe the person is here, playing a playground, their kids a little bit before they come in. But if they come in here, we know they're inside this building. They got the elevator, they're inside the building. So yes, we need 2 different gates, both digital. Digital, you get more points, okay? And you always need someone at the reception. In case one of them break right at this beginning, you need someone right there. They're not going to be sitting down all day, right? But they can be helping in the garden, they can be working, right there. And if someone needs, they go and open the gate for them. They go to the proper location, open the gate, right? For them with a card or another way, open them. Okay, all right. Now, remember that places that are being demolished, okay, they're going to have those flags. Remember, I gave the color going this way, right? Those flags, if they are not, if it's no windy, not breeze, somebody of the family will hold the flag open. Remember I said about that? They're 1 meter long, right? 1 meter by a 1/2 meter. So they're 1 meter this way, a 1/2 meter this way, okay? All right, so a child, 2 children or a child and a teen, they hold the flag. So if you're working here, you try to capture this flag, try to capture this building, try to capture this tree or these other flags if your Saturday work is here. If you are in a playground with your kids, you know, and sitting down, looking them playing at the playground, the same way, sometimes you try to capture this flag or this flag, you move around, you do not do your videos the same, even that the location is the same, you get other points. A tree is here, or this flag here, you see, you move. For you to have consistency, always go this way. If you're in a playground, always go this way. It's easy to remember, even the kids. All right, so tomorrow we're going to make a mini video with that flag. Oh, tomorrow we're going to make a mini video with that tree and building. Always have a building on the back, not just a tree. Because tree, people can go and cut, but building, they're going to stay there until they demolish, all right? A neighbor's building or the wall or whichever, okay? A sign, every 20 meters we have a sign. That's very easy. You always go this way. You know what you did last day. Maybe you don't remember what you did last week. Keep a pattern going this way and you capture every... So first you get the main flags or main things, and after the second week you get the smaller things with a big thing, right? You get that view if you are here in a playground. You see what I mean? That way. So you do that. That's for demolishing or Saturday work, right? Garden, Saturday, garden, Saturday work. And playtime, you always carry your phone with you. You come from the school, you pick up your kids, you play there 10 or 20 minutes for you to get your points. Until end of December, 10 minutes is fine. Just for people to get organized, because maybe they have to go eat quick or they have to take a shower and eat after, whichever is the reality, okay? All right? So until end of December, that's okay. All right? That's all right. 10 minutes, fine. And you, of course, you have to catch up. If you're doing 10 minutes pattern during the week, you're going to play the whole set, more hours, right? On Saturday, before after garden, on Sunday, that's family day, okay? Everything makes sense. Because at the Peace app, you're going to say how many hours you play during the week. 1 hour a week, 10 minutes each day, you know? So you're going to tell, you know, but 10 minutes, it's enough per day. So you need what? You need 60 minutes, right? For Monday to Saturday, right? But then you will catch up. So Sunday will be what? Will be 2 hours. You play with them at the pool. You play with them at the beach or the field. You don't watch them. This is playtime. Okay. Now to complete about flags. So here you have, you are at the beach or you also at demolishing place, but you're in a sky riser. That's fine. You also gonna put the flags with the same color I said before. And you know, if your playground is here or if your garden is here, whichever, you always do this pattern. You know, film have different backgrounds. And always, plant is fine, but buildings are the ones, and of course, those with signs every 20 minutes, those are the ones that count the most, is the name of your property every 20 minutes. So focus on always to have this, every day you get more points. Did you record those, your address in those videos? Yes, every single video you have one of those signs. The flag is just, you know, for us to have an idea where you are. You don't go to be right here and have this, because all the signs more or less the same. No, we're gonna change. Every sign gonna be according to the flag they have. Yeah, so might be 2 or 4. If they are in that region, they have the same color. They have the region the same color. I think, yeah. Every sign gonna have a different background according to the flag closer to them. Okay? All right, very good. Do all these things, my friends, for security reason. So somebody got a problem. Okay, it was not me. I was doing this. Here's my video. I was recording the time. And here's the family close to me or my own parents, you know, because you always have to check when you record in your video like this. You always check someone else's time, remember? So the elder's gonna have their phone, you're gonna have your phone. So you're doing the garden work or the playground with your kids, right? You're playing at the pool or the beach. Okay, all right. So here you're gonna say your name, remember address, city, and country, zip code. Okay. This is my dad's phone. You see, today is this day, this time. All right, and then you keep doing, you know, your mini videos. All of them are mini videos. Today we're playing here, and then whichever it is, even a sock tag, you know, outside is not going to be sock tag. Going to be these plush toys with the little ones. Very good. Nobody get hurt. You know, it's very easy even for elders, you know, it's not really tag. Because some kids, they come and they tag too strong and hurt an elder that's not used to. You know, so what they get used? They just avoid the hip area, the head, they can't throw balls. So they start learning this way. When in their school, they're growing up, they get better, you know. Not the head, not the hip area, and not the front of ladies and girls. That's it. That's it. Hip area is all around, the butt, the front, right? So everything else is fine. And if they because people are going to be moving, if they tag these parts, no not going to hurt anybody. They're plush balls, okay? Or a little longer, you know, they can be a little longer as well. But then, you know, the person, the children, I'm sorry if they touch any of those parts I just told you. That's not authorized. These 4 parts, right? So it's the hip area, butt and front. The breast, even for girls, every female, right? And also the head, because they're learning in the future they're gonna use regular balls as they grow up, you know, and don't touch those areas, right? For us to be safe. So that's why we're doing this. Also for security of the organization. Okay, we know that family was on that city that day. They have the receipts from supermarket. They have all this checked. They have their videos. Okay, all right, very good. So here it is, my friends. Let's get organized and let's get going. Okay, if you're living for every item that you're already living at these 200 kilometers from the beach, what you're gonna do, you put the address, all right? Okay, so the city, you're already there, so it's not going to move, but the country name, you cross the old one, and here you're gonna write the new one, because we are going to use the new pattern for all countries going this way around all continents, okay? All approved countries, new countries. All right, so the other thing, you see this team that this couple gonna offer the gym, and so here you have everything shelves. So you have a shelf and a tool area. Nothing else is needed. Okay, nothing else needed, because at the shelf you're gonna keep everything you need. So here you have a bunch of trays with 8 or 10 pots each. You know those trays I showed in December 2000, November, I think since September. I showed those trays, how to clean, check for spiders. You know how that work? All right. So you put this, you're gonna stack them here. If you have medium pots, you stack them here. If you have larger pot, you stack them up. You know, if you have little pots, you get a shoebox and you put them all there. You know, because as you put them in the ground, you're gonna have the new ones. You wash them really properly and put them back here until you need them again, right? And those are neat and the best. The same way, in the front, it's always the older one. So for people to give value. So if they have a little paint, if they have a little rust, no problem. People are gonna take days to sand them, paint in different colors, you know, and also everything you're gonna write the name, you know, for the tools, in case in a garden. So we're gonna paint them with bright colors such as orange, yellow, but if you're in a sandy area, you're gonna color them in other colors, right? Such as bright orange, red, blue, and green, right? Make sense? Okay, always people gonna work in black soil, and then of course yellow and orange. Okay, so always the opposite for people to be passing, but everyone gonna see those tools. Forbidden to leave tools at the garden. All right, and here you also have a basket, you know, in the center. You're gonna always put what you need the most. We're not having pattern because people might need some or more or this or that, okay, according to their reality. You're gonna see in the center what you use the most. On the top shelf or 2 shelves, or on the bottom what you use the less. But here you also gonna have a strong wooden crate with the hand tools. I believe 20 is plenty, you know, so you can have 10 little forks, you know, because they're good to pull around weeds, they're good to aerate the soil around plants, so you can have 10. And you can have 10 little shovels, you know. You can have 10 little shovels, right? Done. If they have foam around them, you take the foam out and you keep just the wood, all right? The wood. Always, if you have good ones, on the back, it fits, right? You're gonna have the newer ones. On the front, you're gonna have those that are really bent, or a little rusted, okay? And we're gonna have days. We're gonna set up days. So one day is the day to take care of the tools. So that Saturday, nobody gonna work at the garden. If they do this first. If they have any rust, they already buy the sand, sandpaper, and gonna sand them really well, take all the rust out and paint them entirely, no problem. I'm gonna paint them because then we have a lot of paint. People have leftover paints. Okay, gonna keep those paints because they're very useful. With time, they're gonna be released on the soil. It's okay, but for security reasons, everyone gonna really know where they are, and we are going to protect those, this metal from all these different tools we're gonna have. All right, very good. So you have 10 small forks, right? And 10 small of those shovels. We don't need anything anymore as a small tool. We don't, And then you have other things, such as here, you already have the measured. If you don't, we paint. 10 centimeters, 20, so easily you see, how deep needs that plant to go. So we just paint 10, 20, no more. Every shovel, 10 is here, 20 is here, you see? So we're gonna paint them. So that's the tool care. We're gonna paint everything. If they finish on time, and then they're gonna work at the garden. If they finish close to noon, then they don't need, right? They just relax and done. They're gonna hang everything. Always put 2 by 2 in the order we're gonna say afterwards, and the good ones on the back. All right. And if they have a problem, some of them the wood here is not good, needs sanding. Okay, we're gonna sand and paint them all. Okay, and then that's your set. Every 5 floors, the group of that families, right, gonna have, that's their name, and the kitchen number gonna be there. Okay, all right, very good. And then the 10 department directs for the whole entire building, for the whole entire sky razor. Then they're gonna check other people's work, right? They're gonna check. Okay, and they're also gonna keep the paint. Remember I told you about the paint. They just need to be in a separate room, and with a little paper, so you can get a half flashcard for each person for each paint you have. So you're gonna put on the front the ones that have a little bit left over, and you ask the person a few things I'm gonna tell you right now. All right, the other thing is that every Monday and Wednesday, if you have chlorine at your apartment, this is sky risers, right, for this kitchen. We're talking about those kitchens every 5 floors. All right, every Monday and Wednesday you can have 2 or 4, just 2 is plenty, 2 jars of water. So early in the morning on Tuesday and early in the morning on Thursday, you will get those 2 jars and you will put on those little plants located at the master bedroom, right? Okay, why? Because we want to for the chemicals to evaporate. If you have city water, that's really bad. Maybe you taste the chlorine, or when you go and move, you see that's how bad they are. They have full of chemicals. That's okay. You leave uncovered in transparent jars, uncovered. Okay, so you can have 2 jars. All right, early in the morning, 7 o'clock, you have to arrive at work. So you're part of this team here at the plants team, right? Plants, sprouting, even trays. Remember I told you some tables with plants, some shelves. You can have, as soon as you have these baking pans under, those that are strong and don't get rusted. So you can have how many tables you fit. Some bedrooms are really big. That's okay. We are not going to luxury, those huge ones. We're not going to do that, but big ones, okay. So you can have those tables, walk this way, or you walk this way and have them one beside the other, that's fine. You know, according to the type of table, you can put a transparent plastic to protect. You can do that too, right? But all these containers, these plants, need to be inside a proper container, such as baking pan or plastic tray, something with at least 2 centimeters tall on a side. Cannot be flat. And we're not putting on top of fabrics to absorb and for us to be squeezing after. So it needs to be a proper container, at least 2 centimeters tall on the sides. Okay, some might fit 4 pots, some might fit 8 pots, right? Okay, so that is how you're going to keep. And those trays is just for a few days, you know, because you transplant. As soon as you transplant them, you have to bring downstairs. You watch them for a week or so, that's okay. And then you bring them to nature, the big garden across the street or at your own neighborhood, right? With the walls, with a gate. I mean, at your own property where your sky riser is, right? Or across the street. So it's okay to keep them for one more week. Why? Because it's a transition time. So you can still watch them, but no more than a week. Trays go downstairs. So you have up to 1 week. All trays gonna have a number. So you can keep records of it. So this master bedroom sprout area, you know, that's how it's called, gonna have their own records book with everything. Today we plant this and that. No, today's Saturday that we're transferring those trays. Those trays were already here for a week, you know. So you're gonna say and make your YouTube account for that, you know. And here the same way. You're gonna combine YouTube's account after, I will tell you. But here, the kitchen also have their own records book, all right? With everything. We cook this and that, this and that. But the pantry, the math people, is another records book. They're calculating everything for 2 or 4 years. So 2 years if you live in a center of continents, and 4 years if it's at the beach. 2 years and 4 years. You know, you have the basic. If you don't have the basic, these people are the ones that keep asking. Farmers, distribution center. Look, we don't have everything yet for our 4 years because we are located at the beach. These math people, they have the records book. They also gonna have a YouTube playlist. So it's one playlist for these people, one playlist for these people, one playlist for these people. You understand? All right, so very good. And one playlist for the classes that you can have, such as elders, yoga, you can have simple jogging. You can do those things. That's okay. So you bring your team downstairs, walk for an hour, come back. So you can do your stretchings first, because remember, elders work much less. Okay, so here it's another records book with what? With these workout classes, you know, so the more professionals, you know, so as I said, can be yoga, stretching. Okay, then they go downstairs their building, they walk around their block, not inside the property and not in a gym. No, they can do this in free time. They go around the block, they need to take sun for 1 hour, okay? 50 minutes, right? That's what we said before, about 50 minutes. And then they come back, go take a shower, done. They did their classes, they write attendance, they cannot miss classes, okay? So they're gonna help, all right? They're gonna actually, here they're having fun. Okay, so if the whole morning will be busy with these things, dance classes, dance for couples, you know, all types of dances, ballroom dances, you know, and fun dances in circles, different dances, you know, partner dances that are more slow songs, dance really together. You know, they don't have to have these classes there in the middle of the beach and don't even have a place. They put a cell phone here, the teacher put their cell phone here, the teacher have a spouse, right? And they offer that class. They will also have their YouTube playlist. So everyone related to these kitchen items playlist. What's the other one? Is the garden tool for this family. So will be what? Downstairs, right? Because we're not carrying a bunch of tools in the elevator, right? But we're still part of this group. So downstairs they will have an area with their, I already showed this video. So you're gonna have materials that you don't need on the back, and the one you're using on the front. You're gonna use most is the center shelves here, this and that, and leave that and the top for things you use less often. The center, what will be all downstairs of these big sky risers. So it can be one shelf for each of these kitchen, these family groups, right? So you have the shelves here, and you're gonna put in the front what you use, such as a hose. And on the back, you can put the hose, the new hose, or hoses that are good, you don't wanna throw away, you're gonna use in the future. On the front, you use sprinklers that you use now. On the back, sprinklers that you use after. Always use the worst first. If you have a hose that was already, you know, have some holes, you fix the hose and you use that hose. Leave the new one right here on the back. If you have sprinklers, they're not 100%, you use that sprinklers, leave the new ones on the back. If you have a sprinkler timer, use the worst ones. You practice with that. You try to set up, leave the new ones here. Okay, because it's gonna take time, and we're not making new timer, sprinkler timer in the future. Okay, so for everything on the front the worst, on the back the good ones. Okay, so we practice, we learn how to take care and don't scratch, and clean them properly before you bring. You're also gonna have some clean towels, rags, you know, in case the tools didn't dry in the sun with the fresh wind. What you're gonna do? You get a towel and you dry them. The worst ones on the front, such as those that have paint or stains, or, you know, but they have to be sewn, properly sewn. On the back, you see here, on the back, the newer ones, 20 by 20 little towels, okay, such as dark colors, not too dark, not black, not dark brown, dark blue, but royal blue, royal brown, royal green, different colors, okay? So you have a set. Let's say you have 8 here and 8 on the back. 1 per day, you know. You dry your big tools. Okay, so every family team, that every 5 floors, gonna also have a place for some of their longer tools. You know, they can be shovels, hard rake, they can be the soft rake, right? Okay, so they have to be very strong hooks. I already said something, you know, and you don't need too many, right? Just the very basic. Okay, so you have your things right there. On the top, you're gonna have a sign here, a sign there saying kitchen floor, this and that, apartment, the building name, the proper address, city, county. When the name will be the new country, you cross the old country with one line and you write the new country's name right here. Okay? All right, very good. Okay, the other thing is that this is the apartment door going to the elevators. Let's imagine that, or going outside like I'm showing here, right? So you are the team working the plants. It's always 2 teams working together, right? People are not going to work alone. And then you have the team working in the kitchen, prepare lunch or dinner, whichever. You come inside the apartment, you lock. Somebody lock, you see who is there. No, sorry, we can't. No, sorry, we can't. Unless a delivery that's already planned, unless it's something that's already planned, then it's okay. But if it's anything else, you're not doing that, okay? Because it's important for us to pay attention. This door always locked. You're sure it's locked. Okay, then you have the team working in the kitchen, the other team working at the plants room every day they're gonna check. So some days they're gonna change water, some days they're gonna ready transplant the sprout, some days they're gonna see how the roots are, some days they're gonna put a little something for the roots in the water, for the roots to grow faster. We have natural things for the roots to grow faster. Some days they're gonna change the water. The other thing is to change the water. If you're using water well, you keep the water and you just keep adding and wash the cups, the plastic at the end of the week, or no, the end of the second week, because all of them should already be sprouted, okay? If you're using city water, and then it's okay, you can keep like 4 jars, that's plenty, transparent jars with water here, the counter closed, because the person gonna lock that kitchen, okay? So it's all right for the water to get out the chlorine, okay? So those will be more successful when you put them in water to get the roots that you need, okay? 4 jars plenty, because all of them gonna need what? If they really evaporate a lot, gonna just need 1 more finger, 2 more fingers of water, right? So these days, let's do also Wednesday and Saturday. No, doesn't work. Let's do Monday and Wednesday. All right, very good. So Monday and Wednesday, you leave the 4 jars on the counter. So you can use it on Tuesday and Thursday. The first thing in the morning, done. People that are cooking, not going to have those empty 4 jars there that is evaporating the chlorine from the water. All right, very good. Okay, let's get